I remember the first time I fell in love with science and mathematics. I was in grade 9, and I remember thinking what a sense of joy it was to study these subjects. But I also remember thinking that there were very few teachers back then who could actually bring out that sense of joy about learning. Very few teachers could do that. And over the years, over the decades since then, as a professional and as a citizen of this country, I have despaired over the quality of education, especially STEM education in our schools. As we see it, there are two problems: access and quality. For too long, we prioritized rote learning over real world problem solving. This has created a generation of educated unemployables, as one newspaper headline put it. Millions remain underserved due to geographic, financial, and language barriers. What makes it worse is a chronic shortage of teachers. Our education system has stubbornly resisted change. The long term damage is immense. A nation that will rely more on science and technology to solve its problems, some of them existential, is failing our society. So, when we started this organization in 2013, I did so after being in the corporate world for about 20 plus years. I was determined to bring about a dramatic and measurable change in learning outcomes. So, I had a checklist in front of me. I wanted to make sure that certain critical success factors were considered in any program we designed. The first was reaching the underserved. There are millions of children who are left out of quality education. We wanted to create an inclusive solution. We did not want economic and language and distance barriers to impede the progress of education in our model. The second was we wanted to design an intense and rigorous program, because only then I believed transformation is possible. We wanted to benefit teachers and students. Teachers and transforming them is a big part of sustainability. We wanted to integrate theoretical teaching with experiential learning, practice, and continuous evaluation. We wanted to have rigorous monitoring and assessment techniques. And we knew that all of this would be possible with the extensive and smart use of technology. So this list became our critical success factors. We wanted to make sure that all of these are considered in any design we make. Let me talk about what we do with students and teachers in some detail. The biggest feature in our program with students is the everyday live classes that we do for students in grades 6 through 10, covering science, mathematics, and spoken English throughout the year. These classes start in June and end in March, every day of the week. We conduct separate sessions for Kannada medium and English medium. These are online but highly interactive and engaging. And integrated with our lectures are experiments, activities, and simulations. In addition to online classes, we have regularly scheduled school visits. This is very important for us to build rapport with the students, because these students see us online all the time, and these school visits are excellent at building rapport with the students, and also give us an opportunity to deal with some of the harder topics for the students. Every student and teacher in our program has access to our content. This includes lectures, notes, worksheets, experiments, simulations, and assessments, all of which are used regularly by teachers and students for practice and learning at home. Periodic tests allow us to track progress. So these are conducted multiple times in a year for all the subjects, and it gives us the mechanism to track the learning outcomes of the students. We are able to compare how a given student is performing over the course of a year. It can help us compare how a given school is performing with respect to other schools in the region. All of our analysis is based on the data from these periodic tests. One truly unique feature in our program is the provision of science kits. Every school in our program has been given science kits, using which they can conduct over 120 experiments related to the syllabus. And we have also given them, as part of our content, short instructional videos using which they can perform these experiments and talk to students about the practical applications of these concepts. So it is wonderful to see children actually enjoy the process of learning using these science kits. And finally, one of the truly unique features about our program is the quiz competition. We want to encourage children to think out of the box, beyond the textbook. So the quiz competition, which is conducted typically in October, brings schools from all over the state together in a highly competitive and highly anticipated event. Scholarships allow children to continue beyond 10th. I spoke about the grave problem of dropouts, and our scholarships present one way of mitigating the problem. We identify meritorious students after grade 10 and support their continued education with scholarships. So, what impact have we created over the years? We are currently operating in 17 districts of the state. Over the course of our existence, we have delivered 6 million live student hours of classes. This year alone, we are delivering 1.4 million live student hours of classes. Every school that we work with is equipped with a science kit, which allows them to perform over 120 simple experiments in science and mathematics. And our content is being used by students and teachers in over 900 towns in the country. What about academic outcomes? There are different ways in which we measure it. For example, if you take a single batch of grade 8 students and see how their math performance has improved over the year, the graphs clearly tell that there is an improvement. What about the performance of schools before CTD enters and after CTD enters? Clear improvement in terms of overall performance and specific performance in science and mathematics. Another statistic we look at is the number of students who secure grade A or better, and they qualify for our scholarship. So clearly every year we have been better than state average. And one of the statistics that I'm particularly proud about is the dropout rates. Karnataka is one of the worst states when it comes to the dropouts between 10th and 11th, and we have managed to bring it down considerably. I'm truly fortunate in this whole endeavor to be surrounded by a team of highly passionate and capable colleagues. Getting into CTD is difficult. We have maintained some very stringent standards. There are 3 C's we have adopted as a formula. The first is capability. We need deep subject matter expertise. I believe that it takes a very good teacher to make something sound simple. The second C is communication. Since a lot of our classes are online, we need excellent communication skills to be able to build rapport with the students online and create a sense of engagement. And the third C is compassion. We need to truly feel for the welfare of the students we work with. And that compassion is a very important ingredient in everybody who works for CTD. What's next for us? Well, in addition to expanding our existing programs and reaching more students, teacher training is going to be a very big initiative. We are collaborating with Karnataka Skill Development Corporation, KSDC, in order to identify qualified but unemployed youth and prepare them for the teaching profession. We expect to contribute to the education system in Karnataka 25,000 youth ready to become teachers. And a final thought in closing. The last 12 years in CTD have been deeply gratifying. We are often told that we are motivating tens of thousands of students, and it feels very nice to hear that. But I know that the truth is different. When I see students who face tremendous odds at home and against tremendous adversity, they continue education. They come to school despite so many problems at home. I know that they motivate us, and that motivation is what keeps us going. Long may that motivation continue.